So I get up this morning. I check my fantasy scores like I do every Tuesday morning. Check who did good and who did bad. Seeing who I can start next week. A pre-roster thingy, and check the waiver wire stuff like that. Do my fantasy thing. The first league I got to, I looked at running back and I had Ahmad Bradshaw. I thought for a second and I thought for a second and then I benched him. I believe it. I believe it. I'll get into more this week, but I believe it. I'll tell you how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. All right. Brady and Moss. After Leotis McKelvin made the dumbest play of probably the year, and the reason why Buffalo should never go back to Monday Night Football. But when they fumbled, I had no thought in my mind, and none of you did either, that New England was going to score that last touchdown. To see Pretty boy, Mr. America, Tom Terrific, with a demon in his eyes like that, would you gave him a chance after all that stuff? It wasn't happening. I knew the game was over. Poor Leotis. But during that game, I'd sold out on two of my leagues, and I had Brady and Moss, and I said I'm gonna ride the season with Brady and Moss. And last night I was kind of nervous because they wasn't clicking too much, and they didn't score a touchdown all game, but still. The dude's got me like 48 points, man. I am ruling those leagues as long as Tom Brady and Randy Moss stay upright because they didn't even play well last night to their standards. So, and that's what I hate about New England so much. They win games. They win games they're not supposed to win. I've seen that same scenario so many times when they were out. They were done for. And somehow some stupid happens or somebody does something stupid on the other team and they win. Go figure. They don't. Oof. Mike Bell. I saw him, and I was thinking about Pierre Thomas. And I know Pierre Thomas is the number one down there in New Orleans, but I've never been completely wowed by any skills that I've seen from Pierre Thomas. And Mike Bell looks like he would fit that offense that spreads people out because they'll spread you out with all those receivers and that tight end, and then they will send that little running back through. And Mike Bell has a lot more punch to his run than Pierre. So he might be a little better because if he comes through bailing through that line with the offense spread out, a linebacker misses one tackle, you got an extra 5, 10, maybe 15 yards automatically. So Mike Bell, keep an eye on him. I put him on my watch list, so I don't know. I might go back and pick him up later on this week. Ben Watson for the Patriots. It seems like the new offense coordinator wants to get the tight end more involved. I mean, 2 touchdowns last night, 2 touchdowns all season. I know they were attacking the cover 2, but it just seems like he's a viable option for this new offense in New England. Brandon Jacobs is talking trash, man. I think somebody needed London Fletcher him in Dallas next week. Oh, Sean Andrews. Big fantasy news and big news in Philadelphia. Fantasy-wise, I think right now, if you were teetering on whether to try to trade Donovan McNabb, find the Philadelphia fans in your league and trade Donovan McNabb and get some kind of serviceable quarterback that's going to be there for you all year. Because one, we don't know about his injury, of course, blah, blah, blah. But number two, Sean Andrews is gone and Winston Justice is in. Yes, I said Winston Justice. So, if you want to do that, go ahead and do it because the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys have DeMarcus Ware. You got the New York Giants, got Osi Umenyiora. The Minnesota Vikings got Jared Allen. Got a lot of people coming up to that side, Mr. Winston Justice. So, hey, Philadelphia. Sorry to hear about that one. That's a huge blow to you guys teams because I mean, if we get some pressure on your quarterback, then you may have to keep one of those weapons in to help block. So that's absolutely enormous. Stephen Cooper for San Diego had a good game on defensive players. I know I play with defensive players. I know some people in my league play with defensive players, but him and Akeem Jordan from Philadelphia, that dude, he's been putting up some pretty nice numbers ever since the end of last season when Philadelphia got on that run. He was a major part of every single of those games. I mean, he dropped 10 tackles on us on that 44-6. But this next week, the main people on Philadelphia defense to look for is anybody in that secondary because they're going against Drew Brees. And Drew Brees, one thing he's going to do, he's going to all game. Throw. So I'm looking forward to that one. Actually, I want to see. That's going to tell us really how good Philadelphia defense is because statistically they're really good. Last year, statistically they were good in almost every category. So now we'll see, how the new coordinator and new coordinator adjust to what Sean Payton does and all that kind of stuff. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a really good game. What else I have to say? Oh, last thing is Lewis Murphy. I did pick him up, and I think I dropped Macklin. I think I had Macklin, and I dropped Macklin. And I picked up Lewis Murphy because I have to keep a spot for a rookie, and he was very consistent during the preseason, and then the same consistency came in week one. That's all I need to see from a rookie. He showed potential, and he shows he got the job done. So he's on my squad. So you might wanna look into Lewis Murphy. The only bad thing about Lewis Murphy is Jamarcus Russell. All right, holla at you later. Peace.